Okay, so welcome everyone to this masterclass for today. We are going to discuss how do you thrive as a data professional, especially when you are a data professional doing gig work. And our speaker for today is Joseph Otieno. Joseph Otieno is a data analyst with Upwork. Yeah, so Joseph is a freelancer. He's going to share with us what his journey has been as a freelancer or a gig worker, especially around data analysis and any job related to Upwork or any job related to data, and just specifically also share to us how one would join Upwork and also thrive as a data analyst on Upwork. Yeah, so this is brought to you in conjunction with Kenya and its partners, GIZ. Yeah, so as you're aware, Kenya and GIZ has been running this mentorship program for gig workers, specifically targeting women. And for the past 1 month, we've been doing workshop, just upskilling our women who are in gig work. And right now we are just doing master classes, just giving them specific skills around gig work. And this is our first master class today, where we're targeting those who are in data. So Joseph is going to talk to us, how do you thrive as a gig worker in data? Yeah. So Joseph, welcome to this session. Just let us know more about yourself. Take it on.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. As Mr. Eric has said, I'm Joseph Otieno. I'm a data analyst. I work with Upwork. Specifically, I'm a freelancer. So freelancing means that you work from home. That is specifically what we do. So as Joseph Otieno, I do a lot of data analysis gigs, especially on Upwork, because that is the best platform that I've used. I've tried some platforms, but I didn't make it. So I decided to specifically work with Upwork. So more about me is that I studied statistics. So I graduated with statistics from Karatina University in the year 2017. So from 2017 all the way to 2019, I was doing some other jobs. For example, I worked with a certain bank in Kenya as a sales executive. So from the 2019, that is when I realized that, when you're working, let's say, as a sales officer, it's so challenging because there is a very big target, and if you don't meet that target, of course, there are some consequences. So I tried my best, but then I realized I couldn't just make it. So I decided, instead of being there, let me look for somewhere where I can be comfortable, I can work from home, I can make whatever I want. So that is how I joined Upwork. Before joining Upwork, I underwent some trainings, especially with the ICT program. This program that the ICT has been running. So I went there, then after some training, I got a mentorship. And then from the mentorship program, that is when I learned on how I can become successful, especially on Upwork. So from 2020 up to now, I've been working just as a data analyst, but a freelancer. So everything I do from home. So just to take you on what Upwork means, first, let me just share maybe my screen, if you may allow me, Mr. Eric.
Yes. You are co-host, so you're able to share.
Oh, okay, thank you. Allow me to mute the video so that I can share some of the insights from Upwork. So in Upwork, mostly they're looking at all the talents. They are not just interested on, let's say, data analysis, but they are interested in all the aspects of data analysis, business management. I mean, every niche that you have, you will always get on Upwork. So it all depends on what you want on Upwork and maybe what you are trained on. So specifically because I'm trained in data analysis or rather statistics, I'm going to share some of the insights. I don't know why it is. Okay, so there we are. Let me just open Upwork.
Joseph, are you trying to speak? We can't hear you.
Not really, because I'm. Sorry.
Yeah, we can actually see the screen.
Seems I'm the one.
I think some of our members are new to Upwork, so maybe if you could start from the sign up as you go.
Okay. Yes. Actually, that is what I wanted to do.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I think I got a little bit confused because the DSTV was on. I thought it was somebody else speaking, so that is the reason why I kept quiet. So let's go back to the business. So on Upwork is a platform just like any other platform where you can sign up. Once you sign up, you can start getting some gigs and work on Upwork. As you work, you get paid. So what usually happens is that if you have, let's say, a job, and the job is maybe the price tag of that particular job is, let's say, $20. The Upwork will always take the 20% of that particular work. So as you bid for maybe jobs, you look for these jobs and you estimate the amount that you want at the end of it all. So I will start by how to create Upwork. So Upwork is a free platform. You can just go to www.upwork.com. So just have www.upwork.com just to get started. So when you go to this platform, it's taking me to my details. Yes, log out so that it doesn't take me to those details. So as I've said, we just go to www.upwork.com. When you go to upwork.com, it will ask you www.upwork.com, just like that. So once you click on that, this is the first page that will appear. As you can see, it's asking if you have maybe an Upwork account, you log in. But if you don't have an account, you sign up. So because we are assuming that nobody has that particular account, you just click on the sign up. After clicking on the sign up, it will ask you to either join as a client hiring for a project, or you join as a freelancer looking for work. And because you want to work there, you want to earn your own money, instead of signing up as a client, you will sign up as a freelancer. So you just click on this one, and then it asks you whether you want to apply as a freelancer again. So you click on apply as a freelancer. So when you apply as a freelancer, there are options that you can use. If you're using an iPhone, you can click on this continue with an Apple. If you are using Android, you can use continue with Google, so that you work with Google. So in most cases, we usually click on continue with Google, because most of the people have these Android phones. But again, if you don't want the two options, you can come to this this down section here, where it asks you for first name, last name. You write the email address, you choose the password that you want, and then you choose the country that you are in. Because we have so many countries. Upwork is a platform that is majorly based in the US. So it has so many branches that, like, for example, here in Kenya, others are in, I mean, all the countries that are in the world. You will get more than 180 countries being on Upwork. So you just click, you decide to use this one, you will now write your first name and last name. And as you write this first name and last name, you write it as it appears in the ID. Because if you write, maybe, let's say, like, my name is Joseph Otieno, but the middle name is Joseph Owino. So if I write here, let's say Joseph Owino, like that, this one is also okay. But the problem is that during verification, it will make me change again this particulars, so that they can recognize me, because they will ask me to upload part of that particular ID. So it's better you write as the names appear in the ID. So if, let's say, the first name is Joseph and the last one is Otieno, you just have to write Otieno. And maybe for ladies, if you are, let's say, Lilian Mushiri, you will write Lilian Mushiri, just like that. Then after you've written that, you will write your email. Let's say your email is something like pandit@yahoo. Pandit, let's say Pandit Joseph at yahoo.com. So you will just write like that, then you choose a password. Choosing password, this one always, it's good to start with a capital letter, you followed by small letters, you follow by special case letters like @ hyphen, and you also follow with the numbers. For example, you can just say, let's say, I just want to choose a dummy password, like Owino at 2023, just like that. Then I will choose the country. After choosing the country, you have to check all this, that you send me helpful emails, finding rewards. Then yes, I understand. So you will click all of them. And then after doing that, you will just click on this create my account button. So when you click on it like that, make sure this email is active, because they will send you some information regarding that particular account you have just created. So you can see your account has been successfully created. Now it is redirecting us to now building our profile. So the first thing, as you can see, it asks that you verify your email to proceed. So if this was your email, then you will have now to go back and verify. You just check on your email, they will send you a link. So when you click on that particular link, they will take you to now Upwork page. But because this one is not my email, I think I'll stop it at that point, but I'll take you now through how we usually make our profile. So let me go back to now the profile. Because we have created, and I believe if somebody was creating, this person has now verified the account. So if you have verified account, you will just come back and now log in. So let me just log into my account. Log out this one because this is not mine. But you can also close it if you realize that maybe the email you have used is not yours. You can always close it. Oh, definitely I've forgotten my email password. Yes, just a minute. Let me set the password. Allow me to reset my password. Just allow me to reset the password. It seems that it's taken me my days and days before changing the password, so I can't even remember the password. Just a minute.
So guys, as you're waiting for Joseph to sort his password, there's a form that I've just put on the chat. Once the session is over, you'll just take some time and fill it out. Then all those who would have attended the session to the end are going to receive a badge from DOT and GIZ, just specifically for this. So for those of us who are hearing DOT for the first time, DOT stands for Digital Opportunity Trust. And it's an organization that empowers mostly women with digital and entrepreneurship skills. Yeah, so if you, okay, Joseph, you can go ahead.
All right, thank you. So I've successfully changed the password. So let's now proceed. So once you have created your Upwork account, it will come something of this sort. So you are supposed to come to this particular point here. You go to settings. You go to settings. From the settings, you can see the setting asks you about your personal details. First from the account, whereby that it gives we will proceed to the tax information, because Upwork also works with intergovernmental organizations, and therefore it is private to this particular details regarding taxes. So you have to fill in all your tax information. So let me just wait and see what it will bring. So you can see from the tax information, you are supposed to fill this particular tax information. That is, you will be filling the address where you are, and you will also be filling this W8BEN. You will also fill the tax identification number. You have to write it somewhere, and also we will sign. But signing, you will just write your official names, just as I've written Joseph Otieno. So you can see this one, they are saying it is not completed. I'm supposed to complete this part to write, admit whether I have this VAT ID or I don't. Of course, I don't have the VAT ID. I'll just click on that, and then I click on save. So from there, okay, these ones are all completed. From there, you can go to this tax history, or let's just go to the profile, because this is the most important thing. Let's go to the profile. Because once you have created this Upwork, you will be creating your own profile. And on profile, it is not a must that you write everything that is about you. Some of them you can even lie so that you get at least a job there. So on this particular part, you can see here we have the title, or rather your title. We have rates that you want per hour. Then this is a brief overview of what you do. For example, in mine, I started by saying that I'm a professional data analyst with 3 years of experience, passionate about changing the world through data analytics. Also passionate about transforming lives by nurturing statistical analysis and concluding statistical decisions based on data analytic outcomes. This one, you just need to write just an overview of what you do as a data analyst. Then you can highlight maybe some of the software programs that you are acquainted to. For example, if you are a data analyst, obviously you have interacted with the SPSS, let's say RStudio, Stata, RapidMiner, W, Python, SAS, Orange Spider, and the rest. You must have interacted with 1 or 2. So as you create this particular profile, you will need to write something that will attract most of these particular customers. You know, when they come, they always check on the brief overview of this person. So when they look at the brief overview, let's say they wanted somebody who does data analytics. So first they will check on your profile title. So as you can see, mine is a statistician. Of course, that is what I learned. Then this particular part here, this is per hour. So it means that if you get an hourly job, you are supposed to be paid this particular amount per hour. And as I said earlier, Upwork will be taking the 20%. So it means you will be remaining with the 20%, 80% of this particular amount in every hour. So you just write what you, the best thing that you can write about yourself, about what you do. You also name some of the few software programs that you are acquainted to. And then after that, you will now come to these consultations are not that important at the moment. The most important part is now this particular portfolio, because you have told them you are a data analyst. Can you tell us or give us some of the examples of what the work that you have done previously? So these are the work that I did previously before joining Upwork, and that is the reason why I uploaded them. So you will just come to this particular plus here, you click on it. Once you click on it, it will take you to another tab like this one. So from this tab, you can add the title of what you do. You will add it here. Let's say you are a data analyst, or let me look for something else. Let's say business management, like that. Then they will ask you the related specialized profile. You will come here and select, because I have two, you can see data analytics and business and proposal writing. So I can just click on data analytics. Then I'll come to related Upwork jobs. If I've not done, I just leave it blank like that. Then the completed date, I will write the completed date here. Then I just go to the select template. So those ones, maybe if somebody is interested, I can always coach you outside this particular session. And then there is maybe another part. This, let me just check on another part. Of course, I don't want to save it because I'm not interested in that. It was just so you will go to that particular portfolio, you fill on it. Then the skills. These ones are very important, because if you don't put the skills, the related jobs will not be coming. As you can see here, I have highlighted about 15 skills, like Python, SPSS, data mining, visualization, science, RStudio, all of them. Actually, when you just click on this part, and then you write, let's say, a skill like, let's say, business management, it will just come, then you click on it. So you will just be adding the skills that you are interested on. And if you are not interested, if you are no longer interested on that particular skill, you just deselect it and save the rest, just like that. Then we have this catalog. This one, it works under this consultation. So if you have this consultation, if it worked well, then you will be able to see all of them here. But again, as you fill this particular profile, there are so many information that they'll be asking you. One, it will be personal information, as you have seen the personal information, the way we were inputting them. They'll also ask you about school background, which you are also supposed to fill. After that, they will now ask you to give some of the jobs or employment history that you have. As you can see here, these are the employment opportunities. And the way I told you, some of them you just need to, manipulate, because if you look at this particular data analyst, Magnatech Computer Institute, in this computer institute, I only taught these computer packages. But because I wanted to tailor my profile towards what I've written as the main topic here, I had to now write it as a data analyst and then bring in the issues of data analysis so that it also tallies with whatever is in the heading here. There are also other experiences. These ones you can always fill. You just fill the one that you feel is almost related to what we are doing, the same as this one. So for you to now start bidding for any job or applying for any job on Upwork, you must make sure that your profile is 100%. If you look at my profile, I don't know whether you can be able to see it from here. Let me just go to profile. Just go to profile. File here. One minute as it opens. When you look at this profile, you can see these are the number of jobs that I've done on Upwork. 119 jobs, and I've worked for 99 hours. Then the earnings, of course, those ones, this one is cumulative since I joined Upwork. Then this is the success rate, because anytime you complete a job, you usually get some ratings, and these ratings are usually public, such that anybody can be able to access them. So when you look at this work history here, it shows the number of jobs that you have worked on Upwork. For example, you can see I've completed around 78 and 41 are in progress. The ones that are in progress, they are not really on progress. The issue is some clients, once they've given you a job, they have maybe paid you, they just disappear. So instead of closing those contracts, I always leave them open like that. And as you can see from here, my profile, you have to write the languages that you can be able to communicate with clients. So for example, here I have Swahili and English. Of course, Swahili is like a native language to all of us as Kenyans. But now English, you are supposed to define whether you are fluent, whether you are conversant, or you are native or bilingual. So I chose that particular fluent. Then the issue of identification of the ID. This one they will do once you get the first job on Upwork. So during the payment, there are two main methods that we usually use, though there are several methods. One is M-Pesa, because most of the people have M-Pesa. We usually prefer you just have the M-Pesa one. So when you have the M-Pesa, they will also look at the names in the M-Pesa. If they don't tally with the ID, they will reject that particular payment method. So please ensure that as you create that particular profile, it has your real names. So the educational background, of course, you can see this is, I just added one, which is the most important one. That is BSc Applied Statistics and Computing. And of course, it's showing another one here, the association. This one is one of the accounts that I also own. I have two accounts with Upwork. One is a freelancer for the talent, and another one I have agency. And in this agency, I've worked for 62 hours for the hourly jobs, and also the success rate, as you can see, is around 85%. So that is how we look at it. Then maybe we can just go to a few cases, like we can look at some of the jobs that maybe are there. So when you want to apply for any job, assuming that now your profile is complete, you have everything, the profile is 100%. Now you want to start bidding for this particular projects. First, you will come to this find work, then you click on find work. So when you click on that, this particular information will come. You will have around 4 particular areas. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is my feed. This feed comes as a result of what you have shared on your skills there. Remember, we had some skills, we were adding some skills somewhere there. So the feed will come with the skills. What they feel that the skill is tailored towards this, they will always present those particular jobs on this particular section. Then there is this best matches. Best matches, of course, it looks at overall performance and everything that you have done on Upwork. So they will bring in all the jobs that really suits you. Like, for example, there's business analytics for the statistics tutor. So if you wanted that particular job, you will apply for it, but I will show you how to apply for one. Then there is this most recent. Of course, there are some jobs, of course, that you can apply, but the jobs have been posted maybe 13, 14 hours ago. Like, for example, there's the statistics tutor, as you can see here. Let me just come to this. This one. You can see it was posted around 13 hours ago. So if you are to apply for this particular job, there are high chances that you will not get even a single interview with this particular client. So when you open that particular work, it will show you most of the details about this particular client, how client has been working on Upwork, and whether this particular job was taken or is still there. So you can see here, when we look at it, they're saying they need 2 freelancers. Then you read now the details of that particular job. They are saying that I'm in need of someone that is proficient in statistics, that is the JMP and Excel. So you must be very conversant with the true tools for you to apply for this job, and can help me through about 20 example questions. We'll need you to be online at this time. I have about an hour window period. So you can see this person, if let's say you applied and you didn't know what JMP software is all about, then there are high chances that you will get frustrated by this particular client, because you see the client is going to be online. You are going to be doing it with the client as he or she looks at whatever you are doing. This one is usually the price. That is, this is the price tag that has been paid on this particular job. But you can always negotiate. Do not just apply because they have written $100. You just apply for the $100. You can also apply for even $150. Then when the client comes, you will negotiate so that you reach at a consensus area. So you will also look at this when you are about to apply for that job. And as we can see here, the client wants it by April 28th or Saturday 29th. And then the level of that particular job, you can see this one is freelancer with the lowest rates. That means if your rate is too high, there are high chances you are not going to get this particular job. And then now, lastly, before you apply for this particular job, you will look at some of the questions that this client wants, because when you are going to submit this particular gig, the client will ask you all these questions. Describe your recent experience with the similar project, and also what tools you use for data mining and visualization. So if you look at this for data mining and visualization, then you come back to what the client said. The client wanted JMP and Excel only. So you can talk of JMP only, because JMP is a SaaS, is an extension of SaaS software. Then we usually have the activities on the job. You can see around 10 to 15 people have applied, but you can get the exact number of people who applied if you upgrade. But there is no need of upgrading, because you will be paying around $15 per month. Just use the basic one. Then the last time that this client looked at that particular job is around 13 hours ago. The client is not interviewing anybody, but he sent an invite. So he sent just one invite. It means that there are high chances that when you apply for this particular job, you are not going to be given that particular job, because this client has an interest on just this one person. Of course, the person has not answered that particular job, so you can try your luck if you so wish. So that is how it works. But now, because you see, we are working with the human beings, and the human beings are usually different. So you will realize that you can have maybe clients here and there. These particular clients, you must look at their background. How are they relating to the freelancers? There are those particular clients that usually frustrate freelancers. You find that you just work on the full project. Now, when it comes to payment, the client asks for refund. The reason being, he will maybe say that, this work was not done the way I wanted. So you must look at some of the reviews about that particular client for you to be confident with that particular client. But if the client has no review, it means this is a new client. And if you get a new client, then you pitch well and he gives you a job, you do it to the best of your knowledge. There are high chances that you are going to work with this particular client for a long period of time. So as you pick these particular jobs, also make sure that you give it to the best of your ability so that you can build in that particular trust with the clients. So as we can see, this one says that she sets a clear requirements and releases payment promptly. I will be happy to work with her again. So even before applying for that job, you already know that the poster here is a female. You can also look at this. Again, Sierra is a great client. You can see now this is the name of the client. So during application, we will now use the name because we already know the name. You can just copy that particular name here. That she says clear guidelines and deliverables, set clear and realistic deadlines, pays promptly, work with her again. So you can see most of the people are actually recommending the person who posted this particular job. And about this particular person, already she has around 9 views. Payment is also verified here, you can see. The person is from the United States, specifically Greensboro, and the time there is around 7:48 a.m. Job so far that she has posted is around 15 with about 80% higher rate, and 2 jobs are open. So as you can see, this is somebody that you can trust. You can always try your best when you are having this person. But you can see the rates here. She pays around $12.38 per hour. This is the average hourly payments that she has made for 32 hours, of course. And you can see total amount spent is around $1.2K. So because we have looked at everything about this client, and let's say we are interested in this particular job. So we will come to this particular place here, written apply now. You click on it. You wait for a new window to appear. Now, this is the window. The window tells you that do you want to submit the proposal as a freelancer or as an agency? Because I have 2 accounts. That is the reason why it's asking me like this. But if you were just having the freelance account, it will not even ask you that. It will automatically check on this freelancer account. Then you will check on a specialized profile. I think this one I can always show you, though not now, how to come up with specialized profiles. You might be a statistician, you are trained in statistics, but after being trained in statistics, you have been given an opportunity to be maybe a machine learning expert, such that you only do codings. So if you are a machine learning expert, and of course you are trained in statistics, then that particular machine learning expert becomes a specialized profile. If, let's say, I'm a business management expert, but then I have trained myself and specialized in data analytics as a business analyst, Then now my specialized profile becomes a business analyst. So that is how we can always write this particular specialized profiles. But now we want to apply as a freelancer. Of course, you can see here I have 0 connects. I'll talk about connects and what it means and how it works. So you will come to this particular job here. You can see here we have terms, the full amount that you want to be paid. Let's say you want to be paid around $200. So when you write $200 and click out here, you can see that the amount that you will receive is about $160. And of course, withdrawal fee is $0.99. So it will be around $159. That is what you will be getting. Then you come to how long this project will take. Generally, if you realize that it's a one-time project, ensure you just pick less than 1 month here. Then you will now come to cover letter. So the cover letter, this is just an extension of what you can do based on this particular project. So you will read on the instructions that the client has given you, and then you try writing the cover letter tailored towards the need of the client. So for example, in our work, I think the client said, I may just look at it. The client said, I'm in need of someone that is proficient in statistics. That is one. And the two software are only JMP and Excel, and can help me through about 20 example questions. We will need it to be online at the same time. I have about 1 hour window that I'm available to work on this. I have a case to work through and a 2 hours window of availability to complete intervals. The date of availability should be Friday, April, or Saturday, 29. So as you now write this particular proposal, you will first say salutation. So you will say, hi, Sierra. You can have comma. You can say, let's say Joseph Otieno. And now you can have comma. Data analyst with more than, let's say, 3 years of experience working as a data analyst, machine learning, machine learning experts, and the data science enthusiast. Like that, you can always clear them. Then the next one, you will say that I have read your job details, and interested in working with you on JMP Excel job. I'm available on Friday 28th and Saturday 29th April 2023. You just repeat what this person said, because that is our interest. We want to win this particular client. So we go back and check if there is anything that we have left. Yes, like that. Then you will say that I'm also conversant with the statistics, both theoretical and practical like that. Then you can say that I'm willing work, collaborate with you to realize your analytic goals. So from there, we can say that I'm available for Zoom meeting, or you can just say kindly schedule Zoom meeting so that we can discuss more about your projects, deliverables, and timeline. I look forward to hearing from you like that. Then you can write regards. You can just write maybe one of your names there like that. And then you check on grammatical errors and also spellings. Because you see these clients, they are very, very sensitive to grammatical errors and also the spellings. So after this, the person has now asked you, what tools do you use for data mining and visualization? So because the person talked about JMP and Excel, you can talk of JMP as the first one, Excel as the second one, RStudio, SPSS, data, maybe Python, maybe SAS, all that. So you can just name them, or RapidMiner, and the rest. All this, you can just highlight all of them. Then now you come back to describe your recent experience with similar projects. So here you are supposed to tell this particular client what you did that is similar to what they are looking for. So you can say that this project reminds me of a JMP machine learning project I completed last week, just like that. The project entailed data cleaning, analysis, and writing reports, which was time sensitive, and yes, you can just leave it at that, which was time sensitive. The outcome was a success, and I have about a profile for both completed and ongoing projects. just like that. So after writing all this, you will just come to this particular part, because they introduce something known as boosting your proposal. So if you don't want to boost your proposal, you will just send. But you see, by sending that proposal, you are going to use around 6 connects. If you want to boost it, you can always boost. You can see the last person who boosted it was 11 minutes ago. It means you can still apply for this particular job. So if you are to set, you will click here and write the total bits that you want to use. Maybe you want to use 10, and then you click here bid like this. So you can see it will come, it will make you as the first place. That means if this client really didn't get the person he or she was looking for, then there are high chances that you are the first person that the person will contact. But now, if you don't want that, you can just delete it. You send the 6th one, the 6 connects. But because I don't want to apply for this job, I'll just cancel it, hoping that maybe we are on the same page on how to write a proposal. So maybe I'll take some few questions before proceeding to something else. So please, anybody with any question?
Joseph, this was wonderful. So you've taken us through Upwork, just how to navigate it through. So what is actually the trick, just to ensure, because I know that a lot of people, a lot of freelancers in this platform, what is actually the trick just to ensure that somebody thrives inside here, and you ensure that you get work and you earn as much as you can, especially
sure. So
when you are professional in data?
Sure. So before applying for any job on Upwork, you must look at the number of people that have applied it. For example, the case study that I was just demonstrating, if you come to, let's say, find work here, and then you decided to apply, mostly just check on the most recent jobs, because that is the ones that maybe you will find very easily. Like, for example, if we have this one, you can see this one was posted around 23 seconds ago. So the first and foremost thing that we usually look at, we look at the profile of this particular client. If you just click on this particular job here, even before applying, it will tell you more about this particular client. You always come to this particular right hand. It is written, apply now, save the job, flag as inappropriate. Then it tells you the number of connects that you are going to use, because the connects are never the same. There are those that have a high number of connects to be used. There are those with the lowest number of connects to be used. A connects is just like a bundle. Let me use the layman's language. We usually have bundles, and when you use that particular bundle, you have purchased maybe data bundles. This data bundle is able to take you to these particular social media platforms and everything. So according to Upwork, connects are like bundles to take you to, or to connect you with this particular client. So the first and foremost thing, you will look at how many connects am I supposed to use on this particular job. And when you just open your Upwork account, Upwork usually give around 60 connects. So you are supposed to use these 60 connects very well, so that you at least secure 1 or 2 jobs. After securing 1 or 2 jobs, you do them well. After doing them well, of course, these particular clients will rate you well. And after good ratings, you will be able to now start receiving invitations from Upwork clients themselves. A client may just come, look at your profile, how it is maybe done, and then the client may be interested in working with you. So if your profile is 100%, as I said earlier, the profile also looks at variety of issues that you are discussing, or that particular knowledge that you have. all these particular skills when all of them are in that particular profile, especially on the profile brief. This client might be interested in you and then can send you an invite for a job. Once you get that particular job, maybe you just have an invitation now. You apply for that particular invite job within 1 hour. If you are not supposed to take more than 1 hour, because you see, some clients invite up to around 20 people. And if maybe you are all 20, of course, it means that one of you might be having more skills than the other one. So what really motivates this particular client to give you this particular job is the confidence that you are going to demonstrate, and also how you have made your profile. Attractive profile will always attract more the customers. But if the profile is dull, obviously this particular client will not come. So before you apply for that job, you will look at the connects. And then after the connects, you will look at about this particular client, so that you know when this client can be on or off. When you look at this client, the client is from Netherlands. And at the time in Netherlands, it's around 2:06 p.m. That is, I think they're just 1 hour behind us. You also look at the higher rate of this particular client. There are those clients that can have a higher rate of, let's say, 5%, 20%. Those clients, they rarely hire. They post jobs on Upwork, but they don't hire. You look at payment verification method. If this person has not verified, there are two possibilities. One, this client is most probably new on Upwork. And two, it is most probable that this client doesn't employ. So when you look at payment method, you look at the time that this particular client joined. I don't know whether we will be able to see it here. Yes, here it is. So when you look at the time that this client joined Upwork, you can see the client joined April 14, and today is, I think, the same. Yes, so it means this is a new client, and therefore, if you get such a new client and you are up to that particular task, you should just apply as soon as you can. So look at whether the payment is verified, look at the timeline of this particular client, look at the deadline that he has specified, if it is there, look at the ratings that this person has, and also improve on your application strategy. Application strategy is just looking at when was this job posted, how many people are being interviewed, how many people have applied for it, something of that sort. So when you will look at this particular job here, down here, the budget of this client is around 700, but we are not interested on that budget. Our interest is still on activity on this job. So when you look at the activity on this job, you can see we have less than 5 people who have applied for that particular job. 0 being interviewed, 0 invited, and unanswered 0. So that means this job is open. Anybody can apply. So the best thing is you write a winning proposal. And just what I shared initially about the proposal, that is what you should be following. So like if you look at what this customer wants, the customer says that I need a total addresses market, that is TAM analysis on partners around the following countries. Then he has given the countries. Then partners are defined in 2 categories. Of course, he has given that commercial partners and also the tech partners. Then example of commercial partners, he has given the link here, as you can see. This is the link in Netherlands. Then example for the partners, this is the link. So you are just supposed to look at what this client wants and also write your proposal based on what this person wants. Another thing that you are supposed to look at is where or when you actually qualify for that job, because there are some clients that will tell you, I need a freelancer from this particular region, let's say from Kenya. So it means if you are not from Kenya, you are not qualified for that particular job. So you look at what or the region that this person wants this particular freelancer to come from. So when we look at this one, it is worldwide. It means that anybody can apply. Then when you look at the time that is posted, you can see it was posted just 5 minutes ago. It means that when you apply for this job, there are very high chances that the client is going to see your proposal. And because we have less than 5, there are also very high chances the client is going to see your proposal. But if you are, let's say, 50, because the Excel jobs are usually very, I mean, there are so many people applying for Excel jobs. So if you realize that we have around 10 to 15, 20, I mean, 15 to 20, more than 50, there is no need of wasting your time applying for that job. Look for something than 5 people have applied. That is what will get you some of these particular jobs. But as you apply for that job, make sure that it is something you can do, and it's something that you can be able to maybe talk to a client. And in most cases, you see statistical gigs, sometimes they are usually very technical. You find that maybe somebody wants something related to machine learning, and you yourself, of course, you are a data analyst, but you are not conversant with machine learning. So the best thing is look at a way of talking to this particular client. If he gives you that particular job, you can always get everything on YouTube. You just go to YouTube, you check on how they are done, you come and do them, you get paid, you relax. The good thing with Upwork is that once you have done maybe a good job and the client has decided to pay you immediately, then it takes you only 5 days to get your money. But if the client has refused to pay or he has not released the payment, it takes about 21 days. So it's always good to be in constant communication with the client, so that the moment you send this work, at least you remind him or her what they should be doing. And you also remind them, yeah, I've given you this job. If there is any concern, any question, please always reach out. I will always be available. I'm also expecting a feedback maybe in 1 or 2 days. So this particular client will of course know that you really need to know how much you have done. And therefore, as they come with the feedback, automatically they will be releasing your money. Is there any other query? Maybe before I dwell on something else. So somebody is asking if we can get a job on Upwork without experience. Of course, yes, you can get, as long as you have tailored your profile, it's 100%, and you know how to convince a client, you will always get. I also got my first job when I didn't have any experience. Can you get a job on Upwork as a beginner without portfolio? Of course, yes, you can get, but you have to be vigilant, because some of them, of course, are scammers. So you have to be very vigilant when taking a job on Upwork. How do I qualify as an Upwork? Upwork, you can qualify as long as, even if you are, let's say, Form 4 leaver, because Form 4 leavers, you can be able to do data entry, you can be able to maybe do something like typing test. All of them, you will always qualify. Somebody asked, what top skills would you recommend for those interested in data analysis space? How can I connect with you for private chat? For private chats, I think Mr. Eric will share my my email. Let's have a conversation. But the top skills, I don't know whether there is a top skill, because it all depends on the skills that you have. It has everything. How long did it take you on Upwork to get first job? Okay, so first job, because Personally, I registered with Upwork in the year 2017 when I was just completing my university studies, but I never used it. I only came to use my Upwork when I joined Ajira Digital and started working as a freelancer. There are a variety of jobs on Upwork. Of course, there are so many jobs. It only depends on the niche. Whatever you are specializing, it is there. I think they are all over. I think I've answered all of the questions. So, unless there is something else.
Okay. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. We had to extend because of the issue that you had with your account. And also thank you everyone for joining. So guys, I've shared a link on the chat. Kindly, it's a small survey that you just need to fill. Then all of you who will have filled will get a badge just to show that you attended this session, and you can post that badge on your socials and every other thing, just to tell people that you attended a session and you are very conversant using Upwork, especially for jobs that are data analysts. Yeah, so I'll share Joseph's contact. I'll share Joseph's contact for those of you who wish to engage further with him and you get help on using Upwork. Yeah, then again, if you want to follow Kenya so that you are aware of the many opportunities that Kenya offers, go to all social media platforms and just type at DOT Kenya, that is LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are all on all those platforms, so that you also benefit from the many trainings that Kenya offers and the many programs that Kenya offers. Because apart from doing this mentorship program for women in gig work, we are also training on digital skills and entrepreneurship and also social entrepreneurship. Yeah, so those of us who probably maybe don't have skills in any data related stuff, you can start with the one that Kenya offers on data analysis using advanced Excel. Then you get to Upwork and get to work. Yeah, I hope everyone has captured the link. Everyone has captured the link, because I want to close at 3:20. Yeah, and Joseph, thank you very much. This was very insightful. And I hope everybody who is here is going to get to Upwork. Those of us already at Upwork, you've gained more on how you can just make the best out of it. Yeah, thank you. Next week on Thursday, 2 p.m., we are going to have another session on virtual assistants. Yeah, how do you thrive in the space of virtual assistants? We're also going to have somebody who's a freelancer, is a freelance virtual assistant, and she's going to take us through all that we want to know as far as virtual assistant concerned. One of the platforms that she gets her jobs are also Upwork. Yeah, so just look out for that next week on Thursday, 2 p.m. Yeah. Okay, I'm sure everyone has captured, has signed that. So for now, let me end this session. See you next week, Thursday, 2 p.m. Bye, everyone.